Hello guys. So a few days ago, Apple just announced the new iPhone 6 and the snazzy iPhone 6 Plus, and there does seem to be a little bit of confusion between the two models, so that's why today I'm going to be highlighting the differences between both iPhones. Commencing the intro in loud music. Begin with the most obvious difference between these two iPhones, and that is the size. The iPhone 6 has a 4.7-inch display, and the iPhone 6 Plus has a massive 5.5-inch display. But there's also another difference between these two models when it comes to the display, and that is the resolution. So the iPhone 6, the small model, has a display resolution that is slightly above 720p, so it is 1334 by 750. I honestly don't know what Apple was thinking putting a 720p display on an iPhone in this day and age, but it does give you a pixel density of 326, which is decently high, but once again, it's only a 720p display, well technically 750p display, but this iPhone 6 definitely does not have the best display. Meanwhile, the iPhone 6 Plus does have a small improvement when it comes to the resolution, because it comes in at 1920 by 1080p. So it's a 1080p display, it gives you a pixel density of 401, which is definitely good, but on most phones that have a big 5.5-inch display and above, they all come with a 2K display, so that means it has a resolution of 2560 by 1440. So once again, the iPhone 6 Plus doesn't have a phenomenal display by any means, but 1080p is good enough, I suppose. And while on the topic of size, the thickness of the phone is slightly different between the Plus and the non-Plus model. So the base iPhone 6 has a thinness of 6.9mm thick, which is definitely thin, so I'm not going to hate on them for that. And the iPhone 6 Plus has a thickness of 7.1mm thick. But this difference is extremely small and something that most people will not be able to notice. So moving on, the next difference between these two phones has to do with the camera on the phone. So both these iPhones have an improved 8-megapixel camera on the back with a new sensor behind the glass to give you good looking photos. But the difference between the Plus and the non-Plus iPhone is that the iPhone 6 Plus has optical image stabilization built into the camera unit, and the base iPhone 6 does not have this, but it does have digital image stabilization. But optical image stabilization is definitely what you want because we have seen OIS in a lot of Android phones, and it is extremely effective at isolating the lens inside the camera. And as you guys know, when you go to take a photo, you want to hold the camera as still as possible to get the best image, and optical image stabilization helps to keep the camera still even if you have shaky hands to give you the best looking photo you can possibly get. So optical image stabilization is definitely something that you want in a phone. Swiftly moving on, the next difference between these two phones is the battery life. We actually don't know the capacity of the battery inside these phones, but what we do know is that the capacity is going to be a lot more in the iPhone 6 Plus, simply because it has more space on the inside of the phone. But you also do have to keep in mind that the iPhone 6 Plus does have a big display, which is going to use up the juice inside the phone a little bit faster than the iPhone 6. And the last thing on my list is the price of the phone. So the base model iPhone 6 with 16GB of RAM is going to cost $199 with a contract, and the iPhone 6 Plus with 16GB of memory is going to cost $299 with a contract. So, I hope you guys did enjoy the video and find it somewhat useful. If you did, then please give it a like down below and subscribe to the channel, because I do have lots of fantastic videos coming up, including some about the Apple Watch, putting it up against the competition, and seeing how it does. So definitely stay tuned to the channel for that, and I will see you fine people in the next one. Peace out and God bless.